Touchdown! San Francisco!
Yo, here we go. As you can see, it's me and my boy Thorn. Thorn finally back. This man busy as hell over there at Fort Bliss right now. But man, you see that flag behind him? The thing I cannot wait till we talk about that fucking game because I felt like a damn Falcons fan my damn self. Shout out to my boy Payne. Payne's a Falcons fan too. This boy he was in Fort Drum. He flew all the way to Tampa to watch this game. This man be on leave all day. Hey Craig, I had to shout you out real quick because you a diehard just like my boy Thornhill is. Man, this week was weird, bro. This fucking week 5 was, man. If we had to do the thing we did last week, I'm not taking shots again, yo, because I took hella L's. All right, so shout out to Tim. He in college right now. Shout out to Aaron. He had to stay at work. And then shout out to my boy Washington. He in the field right now trying to gather up this mission. So, like, there's a reason why there's only us two right now. Mario, he's going through his stuff. And then he'll come back next week. But it's just us two, my boys. So, look, we're going to talk about this awful Thursday night game. Man. Of two teams, I believe. I don't know about you, but I could vouch for myself. I had high hopes for both. Oh, yeah, you had high hopes on the Colts.
You heard what I said.
Yeah, we had high hopes on these two teams, and it's just been disappointing for the first 5 weeks. You have the 2-2-1 Indianapolis Colts going to Mile High Stadium to go against the 2-3 Broncos. Well, that wasn't the record at the time, but still, that's the record now. It's really disappointing, bro. I'll tell you like this. I picked the Broncos. Tim picked the Broncos. And Washington picked the Broncos. Shout out to my boy Aaron. He picked the Colts. He was the single one out of us four that picked them. It was an ugly game. Another ugly game. Broncos had an ugly game on another primetime hour with the Niners the week prior. That shit was ugly as hell. So, you know, back-to-back primetime games and you poop both of them. It was disappointing, man. I need your thoughts on this. And who'd you pick? Because you weren't around and I didn't get your results.
I actually picked the Colts as well, man. I don't know what to say about how these two teams is going, man. It's weird to watch, bro. I just can't. It's weird seeing Russell Wilson play like this, man. I never thought of him as like a system quarterback, but it might be time to say it, bro. Like,
we're 5 weeks in. We 5 weeks in.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I never thought of him like that. And then Matt Ryan with the Colts. I mean, I had a lot of high hopes, but. I mean, maybe Atlanta got out of there like the GOAT for real after that trade. You know what I'm saying? Like how he performing right now is really just the same Matt Ryan, and I thought it was gonna be a different one, man. That's a real letdown for me. But I really was I think Jonathan Taylor, he got to do a little more. But I mean, there's only so much you can do when they know he's the focal point. Maybe Matt Ryan need another option out there on the wide receiver side, but. I just don't think they're getting enough. Like it's just not enough, man. I think they need maybe Matt Ryan isn't the guy like we thought, and he's like what they used to call Mitchell Trubisky in Pittsburgh. I forgot what they called him. But he was he's your guy, but he's not really your guy. He's just a temporary guy. Maybe he is, but that's a lot of money for a temporary guy. You know what I mean? But.
It's bad. It's really bad because Carson Wentz doing actually pretty well with the Commanders. Like,
yes,
so
I don't know. Crazy right now.
I don't know if it's a Matt Ryan thing or it's that freaking front office and the head coach. Like Matt Ryan, we know he was an MVP and now he's acting like this. It's like Carson Wentz is over there. You know, he's top 10 in fantasy, I believe, unless they changed his rank. But he was 10 last week. So I'm like, it might be the fucking coach. I don't know, but we're gonna move off of this because it's ugly. This next game, I really wish my boy Washington was here because we're talking about going to London right now, and the New York Football Giants, who by far the power rankings came out, and they're number 8, so they're top 10 this week at 4-1 going against the Green Bay Packers. And if you watch that game, the Green Bay Packers are 3-2 now. But if you watch that game, it was a lot of Giants fans in London. It was It was a good game. I took another L. I took the Packers, and of course Washington took the Giants, and then Tim took his team. You know, Vogt is a Packers fan. But Aaron, you're 2-0 right now. Aaron, my boy he chose the Giants on this one, and hey, look, I'll take the L proudly. It's Aaron freaking Rodgers, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to bet against him a lot. So I need your input. Who'd you pick? Cause I'm 0-2 now.
Yeah, I picked the Packers, man. I don't think a lot of people would pick the Giants. If you pick the Giants, you really gotta be in that circle, or that's your team. It's hard to
Right,
like
right.
justify that pick, you know what I mean? But props to them. I mean, Saquon stay, like I said it before. I said if Saquon stay healthy, he's generational talent, man. He's still showing that, man. He's doing what he's doing in his rookie year, and it's, like I said, it's
Amazing.
good to see. It's good to see, man. It's good to see him staying healthy and doing what everybody thought he would do. I like to see that. Daniel Jones playing, doing what he supposed to do. Not too much, not no, not too little. I like that too. The Packers, I mean, that was kind of a letdown, man. I mean, I feel like Aaron Rodgers still doing Aaron Rodgers things, but I think he kind of trying to do a little too much. He need to lean on that running game a little bit more. I think so. I think no, them dudes are ready to take the load, and he got to let them do it. But I mean, you got one of the best quarterbacks in our generation. It's hard to just take that
Right.
decision. You know what I mean? So I get that, and that's pretty. I'm just surprised that the Giants are doing like this, man. That culture, I keep like what I forgot who said it, but they was talking about that culture, man. That culture is everything.
Right.
Yeah, between them and the Lions. I know about maybe we'll talk about them next, but I mean that coach is a good starting point. Everybody talk about these players, but you need a coach to develop that culture and get them boys running, man. So
Say that again for the
props to
men in
them.
the back. I swear to God.
Yeah,
So on Facebook, I'm real active on Facebook, but a lot of my Giants fans friends, they start coming out the bushes now. You know what I'm saying? And
right.
proudly so. But like a lot of them, like shout out to Cola, he's still out there in Japan. Like, bro, we were talking. I was telling him like what you literally said what I was saying. I was like, bro, it doesn't matter how many of these big names you put in one team. If that culture is not the culture, they're not gonna mesh. That Dabo, like that man he's got everyone sold. You know what I'm saying? They're all in on his culture. They're all in on they bought into the whole thing that he's doing over there, and I like to see it. I do, and you already know how I feel about the Detroit Lions. So you brought that up too. It's like it. I'm sad that I chose against him, but it's Aaron Rodgers. You know what I'm saying? Like it's I. This
Like
not,
I say, it's hard. It's hard to take. It's hard to just choose against him against that team. Because I mean, up until this point, they haven't shown you nothing to be like. No, I think they finna beat the Packers. But
no.
it's
They
good.
did.
It's good for them, man. They did. They did. They would have to do, man. I think, like you said, the coach. Half the time, these coaches they get into a situation and they know that they think they ass or they think they're not a good team, and they buy into that instead of buying into, hey, we an NFL team. We can beat these teams,
Mm-hmm.
and it is what it is. And now they see that they can beat these teams, and it might be something crazy, man. You know, your boy Wash he might be over here swinging his shirt around his head with his shirt off in a minute. You know what I mean?
All right, Petey
So
Pablo.
you know what I mean. So
Look,
he might be into doing that by the end of the year. We'll see if they can keep the shit going though. But we got a lot to talk about with that division too. But
ooh,
that
definitely do.
that division looking a whole lot different than what everybody thought it was gonna look like in the beginning of the year. So props to them.
I don't know what announcer it was, but they said they went from NFC least to the NFC beast, and I agree. Other than the Commanders, who are at 1-4, everyone has a 4-1 or higher record, and it's good to see. We're gonna talk about the other ones, man. All right, so we gotta skip some of these games. Not skip, but like I'm not gonna talk about it. The next game we're gonna talk about is the Pittsburgh Steelers going into Buffalo, getting their ass kicked 3-38. Let's see, what did I have? I better have, yeah. We across the board, all four of us had Buffalo. It was unanimous. There's really nothing you can say. I mean, I guess the rookie quarterback's in now, so we have to see what he's all about. It didn't look. He fought though. I'll tell you like this. He did fought against in that game more than a lot of other players. So I'll give him the heart that he had. But other than that, the Steelers, this is gonna be the worst year that Mike Tomlin ever had as a coach.
Yeah, might be his first losing season, which is crazy to say.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean that's a tough step. That's a tough first game for sure. But Buffalo looking like the Buffalo like we all like I said, you know what I mean? Like a lot of people are saying at the beginning of the year. I think Josh Allen is really taking that next step as being an MVP front runner right now. I think it's hard to
facts.
go against him. I don't think it's too much you can say he's not that guy right now. And shoot, Gabe Davis, Stephon Diggs, you got both of them performing at that type of level. I don't know what you do as a defense I don't know what you do. And then if James Cook start running the ball like he did at Georgia, I really don't know what you do as a defensive coordinator because you could stop all of them, and Josh Allen could still take you for 50 yards with his feet. You know what I mean? So
And Dawson Knox, like he'll do something.
yeah,
Like
it's hard to figure them out, man. And this game coming up next week for them is what we're gonna see.
yes,
If
sir.
they put it on them boys, man, it's gonna be a problem, man. I think we're gonna find out who the top team in the league is after that game. I think
That's
so. Maybe it's a little early, but I think it could happen though. We be like, all right, yeah, that's the team to beat. You know,
they're
there's there's no confusion.
they're coming off of some really good games too. We'll talk about the Chiefs later, but they're coming off some really good wins. I mean, the Pittsburgh whatever. But we're going into another team. Shout out to Cody. We got I don't care. I'm not calling them LA. The San Diego Chargers are going into Cleveland to play against the Browns. Chargers win by 2 points. I'm really disappointed because I had high hopes on Chargers too. They lost a lot. They lost to the Jaguars. I forgot who else they lost to, but of course, injury is their problem right now, and that's what sucks about this team. Like they have so much. Slater's out for the year. Lindsey's out. Bosa was out. Like there's so many things going on with this team that it's unfortunate. And of course, you can't blame everything on the team because health is a thing. But hey, they pulled a win. They're in they're 3-2 right now. I believe they're second. Yeah, they're second in the division, as we all knew. Chiefs, Chargers, and the bottom two, whatever. But let's see what I had. Okay, I picked the Chargers. So did Tim, and so did Washington. And Aaron, this is your first loss, so you 3-1 because you chose Cleveland. Awesome, cocky stuff right now. But yeah, go ahead, Thorn.
Yeah, I got the Chargers. A lot closer than I thought it'd be. My fantasy team kind of took a hit. I benched Kareem Hunt. I didn't think he was gonna perform. They both running all over that defense. But yeah, the Chargers, that offense is carrying them, man. They need that defense. We thought it was gonna be the defense, but the offense ended up carrying them right now in the year. So that's surprising to see. Justin Herbert having a great year too. I think he's another MVP candidate on the low.
Yeah.
But yeah, they props to the Chargers, man. They look good, man. They just got to get that defense back on top.
Yeah,
I
they
like
really
their
do.
offense though.
They really do. Austin Eckler is clicking. I mean, the team's
Mhm.
good. To see the Browns competing though like this against a team that we all have high hopes, man can only think if they had Deshaun Watson under center. I can't wait to talk about that.
Yeah, we said if they make the playoffs, that's all they need. They could be in a wild card game. If Watson playing, it's a different team. It's a different team. So
It's gonna be a nice team too. So we're gonna go into the next game. This is the 5th game of the week. We're talking about the Houston Texans going into the Jacksonville Jaguars and winning 13-6. Again, I like a few players on the Texans. I love Stanford, so I'm always gonna be a Davis Mills fan. So I'm happy that he got his dub. But Jaguars for a team that everyone's expecting to do better, you should have won this game. Clearly, I don't know what happened. James Robinson, look, you want to talk about fantasies? No one took a big L than me. Look, if you look at week 5, oh my God, I had like the all-time lowest score of anything. Like I had 5 players all under 2 points that started. It was horrible this week for me, but that's the beauty of fantasy. But just to see the Jaguars lose, we get it. It's a divisional game, but if you know the stature that we know that the Jaguars, they should have won this shit easily. The way they destroyed the Chargers last week, they should have done the same thing. But I need your wait, hold on, before you take. I picked the Jags, so I took another L. Damn, I am 2-3. Okay, Aaron, you took Texans. You're the only one. Aaron, look, you got one shot if we was drinking right now. Everyone else took the Jags. So Thorne, I need your take because you weren't here and you need to give me your results.
yeah, I had the Jags in this game. I thought they was gonna come out hot.
Right.
After that game, they looked good. I mean, I ain't expect that, but it was kind of another. Just reminded me of that damn that Thursday night game too. It's kind of slow. I mean, I watched the highlights, but I couldn't really sit through this one.
Yeah, I
Shout
couldn't
out to
either, man.
shout out to Jordan Akins though, my boy. He from the South Side with me. He played tight end with the Texans. He went to Union Grove, so he props to him getting the dub. You know what I mean? He becoming a bigger piece on that offense, so that's cool to see. But yeah, I ain't got too much to say about it. I think Trevor Lawrence should have been. Um, they got to figure a way to get him more active, man. I can only imagine what he look like on the Colts, man. But that's a whole different story, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, I ain't got too much to say on this game, though.
All right, so we're gonna go to the next one. Another divisional game. It was a really good game, and I'm gonna take a tough pill to swallow on this. The Chicago Bears goes into the Minnesota Vikings, losing 22-29. I'm gonna tell you like this. I always been the advocate of this, and I like that I'm being wrong about it, but I hate it because we could have drafted him. So I always say I don't trust Chicago Bears quarterbacks and I don't trust Ohio State quarterbacks, and Justin Fields is both. But although he's not looking like some superstar, I like the improvement that he's doing. I like what he's bringing to the table. They lost by what 6? Oh shit, I can't. 7 points, a touchdown, right to a really good contending team. But what I saw with him, I'm like, damn, man, like I'm absolutely wrong about this kid, and everything that Vogt keeps talking about with Justin Fields is coming like into light. It's like, listen, if he once they get a good O line, you will see the Justin Fields that we need to see. And like I said, I'm not giving him props for his talent. I'm only pinpointing the whole situation that he's a Bears quarterback and an Ohio State quarterback. I'm not even bringing it into the skill points, so that's my bad on me. So I'll take the L. I took the Vikings, so that's it. Everyone took the Vikings except Aaron. Aaron said he's a tie because he's a Lions fan, so he didn't care about that division game. So it is what it is. But I'll tell you like this: I'm gonna give Justin Fields his flowers. You played a good game, but this whole year you've improved and you've been making me a believer. So I'm back off of hating on your ass. So go ahead, Thor.
Respect. Yeah, I took the Vikings too, though. I expected them to really watch them, so I'm glad the Bears made it close, a little entertaining. I think the Bears need to trust Justin Fields a little more, man, throwing the ball. I don't think they trust him like that yet. They feel like he'll still be trying to make mistakes and all that. But you gotta let the young lion roar, man. You gotta let him do something.
Right.
Because they boxing him in and it's making him look crazy. It's messing his career up. They need to go ahead and take the reins off already. The Vikings, I just think their offense is just boxed in as well. I think they hit their ceiling with Cousins. You know what I mean? They
Right.
think that's slowing them down, but they hit that ceiling. I think. I don't think they're getting any better, any worse with him at quarterback. I think he's gonna get the job done, but I don't think he's gonna get them past a divisional round in the playoffs. I just don't see it. But for him to have all them weapons and for them to be that a little bit more over the average, That's not good enough. I don't think you shouldn't be happy with that if you're a Minnesota fan. If you asking me, but shout out to them for getting another win, man. We'll see if they keep on trucking along. I just don't think they're doing enough to make some real noise.
They're first place, ain't they? They first place this week. Hold on. Yeah, they are. The Vikings are first place.
Yeah,
That's what's up.
yeah, yeah. That's good for them, but I don't think I just don't believe in them right now.
I totally agree. I always said Kirk Cousins is a rich man's Jimmy G. He's gonna get the job done, but he does it way better than Jimmy. Hence the reason why Kyle Shanahan was trying to get Cousins before they made the move for Jimmy G. So I see where it's at. This next game, we're gonna stay in the NFC North, and it's so disappointing because I'm such a big fan of this team this year. The Detroit Lions lay a goose egg against the New England Patriots, and that Otto Zappi as the quarterback for the Patriots, 29-0. I'm really disappointed, but I'm not because DeAndre Swift wasn't there, and Amon-Ra St. Brown wasn't there, and Hawkinson gave me 1.30 for fantasy points. Like they had, and Jamal only gave me like 6. It was a really bad game for them. I really thought they would fought better than this. Like, bro, a goose egg? Come on, golf. I picked the Lions. So did everyone else except one person. Shout out to the boy in the field right now. Watched him. We're all on the Lions train, man. Like I am sold on this team, but being 1-4, man, I'm looking really really dumb right now. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Thorn.
you would have been drunk, man. but but no, the Patriots though, I picked the Patriots, so I'm not too surprised. I'm not. I understand why y'all feel the way I feel about the Lions. It makes sense, but I think we kind of lost sight of the man calling the plays, and he hasn't been
That's
performing
true.
like that as a play caller either. So it's warranted, but I mean that's still one of the best coaches we ever seen in the game. So we got to respect that, and then they all was playing well, man. The defense played well, yeah, offense played well, a good team win. You know what I mean? I'm pleased with what I see out of the Patriots. I just think that division is just so tough, man. I don't know what the whole Miami situation, but I don't. They definitely not messing with the Bills. It's probably a good game. I just don't see them doing too much crazy stuff. It's a decent year. It's a decent year I see coming for them, but I don't see them making nothing crazy happen.
Yeah.
It is what it is on that.
Yeah, I like the Patriots team too, but we gotta go to the next game, and I'm gonna tell you like this: there was no defense involved in this. We have the Seattle Seahawks going into New Orleans, 32 to not 39. Saints winning that game. Taysom Hill went crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Wow, right?
Right. So I ain't gonna lie to you. So I picked the Saints. Aaron picked the Saints. Hey, Aaron, bro, you really did good, man. I'm gonna have to use you for quick pick'ems when it comes to money. And the other two, Vogt and Washington, they chose Seattle. I'm never gonna choose anyone in my division. So for this game, I have nothing to say but Taysom Hill. That's all I have to say. It was a really good game. It was just no defense involved. It was high scoring. Uh, DK Metcalf didn't have to take a shit and use a fucking stretcher to go out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I want to apologize to DK because I benched you, man, and you gave me some well needed points that I need to do to win. Took my first L in that subtle flex league, and I was so mad. But go ahead, Thorn.
Yeah, I actually picked Seattle, man. I'm
Mm,
not. I feel the same way you feel. I'm not ever picking the Saints or nothing. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But yeah, props to them. They look good. They need to. I guess they figuring some things out. But that defense though, they can't be playing nobody elite doing some stuff like that. I know that for sure. Hell no. But Seattle put up a lot of points too. Gino's starting to feel himself a little bit, man. I don't know what they're gonna do afterwards. You know what I mean? I don't know if they're trying to look for another guy. They got the eyes set in college or whatever, but you know what I mean? Gino might catch him a payday if he can get him some wins. That was a good game, you know. Taysom Hill, like you said, monster. I don't know where this came from, but I'm glad it came for him. You know, I didn't pick him up in fantasy, but I'm sure a lot of people looking for him now.
yeah,
So
facts.
yeah, he need to just pick a position. I think he need to let that quarterback stuff go and just kind of
They got him at
figure out what
tight
he's gonna
end.
do. Yeah, I think that might be the move, man. I think he's too fast for these linebackers, and he's too big for these corners. So we'll
That
see what
boy's
happens.
he's a football player. So look, we're gonna talk about this next game. Um, it was kind of easy for me to pick. I don't know. Obviously, let's see. Obviously, two people on this four didn't think so, but Miami goes into New York to play the Jets. They get the ass kicked 17-40. I chose the Jets. Aaron chose Miami. Washington chose the Jets, and then Tim he chose Miami. Bro. It was easy for me. Like Teddy Bridgewater, I love the guy, right? I love the guy, but you're forcing him to get into this game. I don't see. I think like give him one more or two more games, then Miami can click with him at quarterback. But
He need to. I'll let you finish. I'll let you finish.
but I don't see it. You know what I'm saying? Like I have a lot of Miami players on my fantasy that disappointed me this week. But the Jets winning like this, I didn't see that coming. Like 40-17, I did not see that type of win. I saw them winning this game, maybe a field goal or a touchdown, but I didn't see a blowout like this. So for them, kudos. You needed this. You're 3-2 now in the AFC East, or no, yeah, East, and you're what Buffalo, and now you're the second place team right now in the AFC East. Patriots 2-3, I believe. Let me see. I think they're 2-3. Yeah, 2-3. So look, you're second place right now. You should be living life right now at week 5, going into week 6. But look, I chose the Jets solely because Tua wasn't there, and like a lot of that played a role for me. But I didn't see this blowout. Go ahead, Thorn.
Yeah, I definitely. If you seen this coming and you a time traveler, I don't know what
Right.
to say. But that's a shoot. Shout out to the rookie though, Sauce Walker. He was going crazy. Wasn't he? He
Sauce
looking
is
like that
that
man.
guy, bro.
He looking like that. I said Sauce Walker, Sauce Gardner. He looking like that man though, man. That was good. He got his pick, but they was playing some good defense, man. But that what you said about Bridgewater, he needs to. This is his opportunity, man. He need to take that serious, man. I don't know what he got going. I don't know if it's the team, if they don't believe in him, or he don't believe in himself. But he was just a starter last year.
Right.
You know what I mean? How are you coming into the games and you're not into the game? How are you not feeling it? You know what I mean? This is your chance. You got Tyreek Hill to throw to. You got Jalen Waddle to throw to.
Spoiled.
You got Raheem Mostert. You got all these running backs back there. What are you tripping on? You know what I mean? But I don't know. It's different when you out there. I understand that, but it can't. Not the Jets though. Like I just see the Jets, and I just don't. I don't see them beating nobody by this many points, scoring 40 points on somebody,
At all.
holding somebody to 17 points. So that's another culture shift going on in the league, though. So that's cool to see. You know what I mean? Hopefully they can keep that up because I like their uniforms looking crazy. I like the uniforms. But
These are both
but,
49er infused teams, by the way. I wanted to let y'all know.
Yeah, that's all right. I kind of wanted Coach Salah, man. I kind of wanted Salah when he was on the market.
I
But
love Salah, bro. I'm happy he got this win, but I don't care about this game because
yeah, me neither.
we're finally here. We're
That's good.
finally here, and I don't want to say nothing. I'm just gonna say what I chose. The floor is yours, Thorn. We all chose Tampa Bay, but before you go, that fucking bro Garrett sacked him legally, and nothing was bad about that. And it was just so happens that Tua was hit this very same way, like turned off the hip, slammed, and this man gets a concussion and no flags. So I just want to say, I didn't like that. Brady's getting that treatment, but the floor is yours, Thorn. Go ahead and rip this fucking game up.
All right, man. First of all, I don't know what to say about the call, man. It was unreal. Like you can't be punishing teams because y'all dropped the ball on how y'all handled Tua situation.
Right.
First of all, if Miami got to get crucified, Miami got to get crucified. Don't put this on all these teams because you worry about these quarterbacks now. You know what I mean? I don't need to hear that, you know. But
Right.
the game, shoot, we usually on the other end of these type of games where we up 21-0 and they coming back on us and beating us in the last 5 minutes. You know what I mean? We had the chance and we were gonna do it. That's a huge letdown as a fan. I could only imagine what it was like as a player, especially when you could feel the momentum shift and you could feel the shit clicking. You know what you're dealing with. You know you don't got Kyle Pitts. You know you don't got Calvin Ridley. You know you got all these people sitting out, and you still was able to make the accomplishment against a fairly healthy Tampa Bay team. And I said in the beginning of the year all these teams in this division were going to split each other, and I stand on that still. But this one was supposed to be our first win. If we were going to take a loss, it was going to be the next game. We was going to beat them in Tampa Bay, and I feel like that's all wrong in the NFL, how they handle the situation. I think this is all fallout from the Tua situation, and it don't make no sense for it to be in a Falcons Buccaneers game. I don't understand. But shout out to the Bucks, I guess. You know what I mean? What do you know, Brady on another end of a scandal? You know, but there's nothing we not too foreign to. But I like the way this Atlanta team going, man. Like I said, this is a rebuilding year. Remember that.
Right.
This is a rebuilding year, and we're not looking that bad. You know, imagine if when Ritter get his time, when he get all this time to sit behind Mariota, see how they doing. Mariota looking good though. You know, Mariota looking faster. He looked faster than he did in Oregon. You know, right now.
Ooh,
moving faster. You know, I just I needed him to be throwing it like he was back then. You know, they still got to figure out whenever he get back in the lineup, figure out how to get Pitts involved. Um, we seen Cordell Patterson not being able to kind of affect that had on the game, but you know, I'm not too disappointed in the team itself. I'm disappointed how the NFL handled that situation with the call. Ain't nothing we can do about it now, but yeah, don't be punishing teams on just because of how y'all dropped the ball in a Tua situation is all I would ask as a fan and as a as a watcher of the NFL games. You know what I mean? Just please stop doing that. That is just
And
it's unbelievable to me.
you said it correctly. As an NFL fan, like
Right.
it doesn't have nothing to do with you bleeding red and black for the Falcons. It's bro, it was the same exact sack that Tua took, and then you threw a flag on behalf of what happened to Tua, and that's absolutely correct. Like yes, but don't throw it like bro. First of all, that wasn't as malicious as what the fuck that happened to fucking Tua. Like Brady stood right up and started complaining. It wasn't like Tua like getting these like like he was going like I don't even have to describe it, but like he was going through what he went through, and Brady gets up after his. There's two different things that happen. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Tua went through some shit. Yo ass woke up and started complaining and bitching. Like I just didn't like
Even
it
in the
either,
game.
bro.
Even in Madden, like if you try to get a rough in the passer, you can't even call that. You can't even get that call that fast. It ain't even like you can still hit the quarterback, and it's not. I mean, that's a game, but like imagine somebody running full speed at almost 300 pounds, grabbing a man and swinging him. What are you finna do? Lay him down gracefully? Come on, man.
It's
Come on, man.
momentum.
I can see it. I can see if you pick him up and then power bomb him on some Big Show or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Goldberg or something. But you picking him up, you swinging him, you keep your mental going that way. That's not a bad. That's not a
It's
rough in the passer.
yeah, bro. It's momentum, bro. Like that's literally physics. Like you're gonna take him with you. It was so disappointing when I saw that, bro, because I was rooting for you. Like I said, Thornhill, you a true Falcons fan. My boy Payne, he's a real Falcons fan. Like I wish y'all could meet, but he's in Fort Drum. This man will literally fucking fly to anywhere the Falcons are playing just to watch it. That's how much we went to the Buffalo Bills game last year in the snow. He had tickets when the Falcons played, and then he had Falcons jerseys, like all his jerseys, right? I wasn't wearing that shit. Hell no. I wore my Niners shit, but it was funny because he didn't give a fuck. He was getting snowballed the whole time, right? Because he's a Falcons fan. You know, Bills Mafia is that team, bro. So long story short, we drive. We're driving back to Fort Drum, and we hit a McDonald's because we all hungry. We hit a McDonald's and we stumbled upon another Falcons family. This man gave a Julio Jones jersey, a Matt Ryan jersey, I don't know how many jerseys he gave, but like his ass went to his little bag, took all his Falcons jerseys and gave it to kids, bro. Like, bro, this man, hey, shout out
That's
to
love,
Payne,
man.
bro.
That's
He
love,
is
man.
he. You know what's funny is he's not even from the South, bro. I don't know how. I don't even know how he's a Falcons fan. Like he grew up in the Pacific Northwest where Seattle is, and his ass is a Falcons fan. I don't care. But what I saw him do when we were at the Buffalo game and found those kids, these kids right now are probably telling that, look, some guy gave me this Matt Ryan Julio Jones jersey. Like, bro, that shit is love. That was love.
Yeah, man.
That's a story that I have to say, bro, because he was loyal to that team.
Yeah, we dedicated, man. You know, like whenever it happens and we blow up and we do what we do, man, you can't never say we on some bandwagon stuff, you know. So
Facts.
come on, man. I was here. I've been here since they was doing the Dirty Bird, Jamal Anderson. You know what I mean? You know, and then them years after Vic got hurt, when Vic tore his ACL, when Vic broke his leg, and when Vic went through the dog fight and stuff and all of that. I went through the 3 and 13 years and all of that stuff, man. So
That's a
like I
beauty.
always say,
That's the beauty of it being a fan, bro.
yeah, man. Like I said, you hurt too long, it's time. You gonna feel good sometime. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, all right, we're done with that game. Even though fuck Tom Brady, we're going into another game that I was literally telling you that a team that I'm taking in Madden right now. We got the Tennessee Titans going to the Washington Commanders right now. Even though Tannehill is still starting, I have Malik Willis still starting on my team. It's 21-17. It was a really good game. Another player on my fantasy that fucking like took a dump on my team. Scary Terry is really a shell of himself this year. I'm sorry, Carson Wentz. You made Michael Pittman look so glorious last year. Why can't you do this? I mean, it is what it is. Curtis Samuel is looking good. I think that's his ace. But yeah, it's probably time that I dump him. But this game is it's really not too much that I want to talk about. I just know that I chose the Titans to win. Everyone else chose the Titans to win. It was unanimous. The floor is yours, Thorn.
Yeah, I also chose the Titans. But the Commanders are taking some leaps with Carson Wentz. So I think he's on a little bit of a revenge tour. Um, props to them. I like what they're doing. I like to see Derrick Henry back on his feet. I want to see. I like seeing these running backs that we know are great, be great. You know what I mean? Because it's such a for a league the way the NFL is. I feel like it's so hard to succeed as a corner and a running back. Man, I feel like those two positions. It's hard. It's hard to be a standout in those positions in the NFL. For them to be doing it with the way these players are, the way these genetics are going nowadays, is cool to see, man. So I'm glad to see Derrick Henry back on his feet. I'm glad to see the offense figuring it out. But they need to go ahead and they need to go ahead and make that switch, man, like you just did. They need to take some pointers from you, get Malik Willis in the game, man. I think it's gonna flip a big switch for in Tennessee if as soon as they get him in the game, because you got to start worrying about Malik Willis on the ground. You got to start worrying about Derrick Henry on the ground. But then Malik Willis can hit you for 80. You know what I'm saying? Both ways, So they need to go ahead and make that switch, man. I think it's inevitable at this point. I think they kind of just biting. They kind of biting down on the fact that they paid Tannehill, but you don't have to take that L and just put Malik Willis in the game, man.
I take an L, bro. I'll take that L.
Yeah, it's gonna do wonders for him.
I really like his arm. I'm not gonna say that he's gonna be the next Lamar Jackson or anything, but I think it brings an element like the Niners, which we're gonna talk about next. Bringing Trey Lance in is like you bring another element that Tannehill can't. You know what I'm saying? You can't always rely on fucking King Henry to keep running the ball. If you could bring an element to take away from him, that's another element. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, you got to switch it up with these coaches, man.
Yes, I just hope that switch comes up. I'm thinking like the Titans are gonna go on a losing streak soon. We'll talk about that another time, where they're like, yeah, it's time. And Tannehill is still a really good quarterback, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of teams that need a really good quarterback. So trade his ass, get some value, and get this Malik Willis era started, because I think he's gonna be electric. I really do.
It's time.
It really is time. So we're going into this next game, and I want to talk first about this. But the Niners go into Carolina. The way we did this, we fired the coach. That's how I'm gonna start. But we helped your division real quick and destroyed them. The only thing that I don't like about it is CMC is finding a new home, and all fingers are pointing to Buffalo, and I don't like that right now. Like I really don't, because that's
scary.
That is scary, bro. They don't have a RB1, like a legit RB1. You put that man right there. And you put that man next to fucking Josh Allen. I don't want to even want. Bro, I'm about to go to the game just to watch that. But the game was inevitable, like the word you said. It was ours for the taking. We're the number one defense right now in all statistical categories. The offense didn't give it up, which is historically, if you ever see a Super Bowl team that has a number one defense that does historic stuff, you always had an average ass offense that doesn't give it up. Now that's my whole mindset now. We have a Trent Dilfer on our hands, and we have the 2000 Ravens in my head. We have a really great defense right now that is outscoring our offense sometimes. And right now, I just hope that, you know, first of all, prayers to Emmanuel Mosley. This kid, bro, since 2019. I want to elaborate not only on him but the injury that happened. Since 2019 has upgraded himself to be CB2, right? Chavarius Ward is CB1, of course, but like he's made himself known that he's underrated. No one talks about him, but the man had a pick six. So the thing that I hate is this artificial turf, bro. These are elite athletes that stop on a dime, and you're asking them to do that on some material that doesn't give. Put back grass, bro. Just put the grass back out there. It helps the joints. You're not when he does that little stop, it's not stopping on a dime. He gets a little give for his joints not to fuck up. Bro, there's so many times that you hear ACL joints, MCL joints, all these shits getting tear because they're doing all these elite moves on some stuff that doesn't give. So the league needs to. You want to talk about concussion protocol? Y'all need to start looking at these artificial turfs because a lot of that shit is tearing a lot of our athletes that are here. The Niners, again, you did great. You did what you had to do on the road, but you got to stay healthy. Nick Bosa had a growing injury. He left. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of... you already know how the Niners are, bro. We always have injuries. Yeah. We play too physical. Trent Williams still not playing. There's so much of that. But it was a good win. I enjoyed it. I saw a lot of pluses, but I also saw injuries that shouldn't have happened. You haven't... Yeah. Oh, and everyone else said the Niners were going to win anyway, so...
Yeah, I picked the Niners. I picked the Niners also because, you know, fuck the Panthers too. But yeah, they that's unfortunate, man. But I can kind of play devil's advocate on the turf, man, because it used to be everybody was praying for artificial turf. You know what I mean? Everybody wanted what the Lions had and what the Falcons had when they wanted to get rid of that carpet. You know what I mean? They got rid of the carpet. Then they got the artificial turf. They've been good for a couple of years, but now we noticing the problem. So now they got to figure out what they're going to do. If they're going to give them longer cleats, they're going to give them, you know, grass again. They got to figure it out because there's a lot of players losing it. It happened to another player on the Giants, I believe, too.
Yes, on their own. But that's the number one field that's been fucking people up. Is the New York Jets and Giants field.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a problem, man. They got to figure that out. But, yeah, shout out to the Niners, man. They're looking good. What do you do now if Lance comes back? You know what I mean? You got to keep Jimmy G in. You know what I mean? Because what kind of shift does it take if he comes in? You know, I feel like, but maybe I ain't getting paid as a coach or nothing. So we're gonna see how they do it. But as long as you keep Debo healthy, you keep all them other players around him healthy. I don't see too much falter in y'all game. And you definitely lose a player like Mosley. It's gonna be felt.
That's bad, man.
Not having Trent Williams in the game, you feeling that still. But if you can win 37-15 with losing them players like that, that shows the depth of your organization. So props to y'all.
You know who we play next.
I know. I see it. I'm ready for it though. I can't wait.
I hope you're on the episode.
I hope we beat the hell out of y'all respectfully. You know what I mean? I just want to see it just for the culture. We'll wait till we do our picks, but I think it's gonna be a very good game, man. I don't think it's gonna be like a blowout like people think. I think a lot of people think it's gonna be a blowout, but I don't think it's gonna be like that.
Oh, it's a blowout. It's a blowout.
I think Mariota giving y'all some problems.
Okay, I agree on that.
London giving y'all some problems without Mosley. You know what I mean?
No. You said the absolute thing is Mariota because if you know my 49ers, we are vulnerable against mobile quarterbacks, and Mariota is that. So we're always vulnerable against Russ. When you have those stiff quarterbacks, Aaron Rodgers, we're killing them with our D line. But if we have to chase y'all motherfuckers that can run, it's a wrap, bro. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's a very so. I'll give you that part. Is like Mariota being, first of all, he's Samoan, so I'm always gonna advocate. But but because he is a mobile quarterback, that gives him something that I know as a fan. I know our D line cannot. We're not elite at chasing these mobile quarterbacks. So that's a good point. I like that. I can't wait to talk to you next week, win or lose, on how this game went. Just to know that I'm telling you right now what I think. The only way we're gonna lose is because we can't fucking catch Mariota in the pocket. You know what I'm saying? And that's gonna open up a lot of things. So I like this. I'm glad you brought that up. So we're on to this next game. We all knew them as a spoiler. We never knew them as the top team in the league right now. We're talking about the 5-0 Philadelphia Eagles going into the frauds that I've always said of the Arizona Cardinals that are 2-3. They should be. The Raiders should have fucking gave them a loss, so they should be 1-4. But I'm gonna tell you like this. I have nothing to say about this. I'm looking at where I went. I went Cardinals. Everyone else went the Eagles. I went Cardinals. I don't know why I chose the Cardinals. Maybe because I was trying to save grace with fucking not thinking the Cardinals was all that. Well, fuck it. I chose the Cardinals. Took an L. Everyone else chose the Eagles. What says you, Thorn?
Yeah, I chose the Eagles, but I got something to say about the Cardinals. What the hell is AJ Green doing, man? Is he there? I didn't even know he was on the. I forgot he was on the team, bro. It's getting crazy to me. And it's looking like Kyler Murray getting exposed too, man. Like he got that big check and now he chilling. You know what I mean? Like it always happens, but I just see him as such a different type of player. Like I know, Hopkins being out is a huge, difference in your offense, but you can't act like you're not surrounded with these players. And you got a dynamic player. You don't really need all of that. You know what I mean? With a player like that, you just need a solid running game. You got the decent tight end. You got AJ Green on the other side. You know what I mean? But like I said before, I think that loss of Christian Kirk is
it's a big telling. They loving it in Jacksonville, bro.
Yeah,
they loving it in Jacksonville, bro.
That Christian Kirk not being there is a telling factor in how that offense is moving, I think, man. But shout out to the Eagles, though, man. Shout out to Jalen Hurts. I respect his grind, man. I see it. I like how he's doing what he's doing, man. I like how the offense is moving around him. He's slowly getting his way into the MVP conversation now. Devontae Smith is he's starting to flourish. Miles Sanders coming back strong again. I said he was a factor. I'm glad I picked him on that fantasy. You know what I mean?
I cut his ass, bro.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm glad.
Man.
I'm glad he's becoming a factor. But the Eagles, I'm ready for that Monday night game. Talk about that one too, man.
Sir.
It's a big weekend all around in sports, period. But we know what we on this podcast for. But yeah, that's a big game, man. I'm ready to see how I look now, depending on if Dak start or if Cooper Rush keeps starting.
Hey, all right. So let me stop you real quick. You kept saying sports. You talk baseball?
Oh yeah. Nah, I don't watch baseball like that though. But yeah, I see what them Braves doing. I see it.
I don't want to talk about this. Tune in to the Adios Pelota because I'm telling you right now.
Here's that team behind him. You know what I mean? Sitting at home with him.
Listen. In this family, that's the team.
Right.
But I married a Braves fan, so you guess who we going for? Fuck the Dodgers, but guess who I'm going for right now? Yes.
Under the hoodie, you got the Braves jersey on.
Listen, I'm happy, bro. Y'all, I'm telling you, y'all the most complete team. I went for the Mets on some upset because I don't believe in repeats in baseball because it's hard to, bro. Basketball you can determine some shit, but baseball, football, just parity, bro. Like a lot of things can happen. But I know we're going off topic, but I'm gonna tell you like this: since the Mets are gone and my Giants ain't even make it, I'm making sure.
I think they did lose. I think they lost their first game though.
I don't give a fuck. don't give
Yeah,
a fuck.
they better win that series though for sure.
I don't
They
give a
better
fuck,
win
bro.
that series.
That Braves team is winning that shit, bro. They beating Philly off top.
Yeah,
So we're gonna talk about football again, but
yeah, yeah.
we're going to it. So I'm gonna tell you like this. I've been trying to tell y'all about the Rams. If they fucking if Matt Stafford gave that interception, that punt return interception to Jaquiski Tart, we're not talking about the Rams being Super Bowl champs. If the Niners lose in the Super Bowl last year, I don't care. But we're not gonna put a pedestal that we have been putting the Rams on this whole time because they literally were given this because my safety, by the way, got cut, went to the Eagles and got cut again because he couldn't catch and non-defended. No one was there, bro. Jakuski Tart could have just. It was a punt return. It was a Hail Mary, and it was in his hands. He hit it off his chest. We could be talking about the 49ers as Super Bowl champions or Super Bowl losers. But if you caught that, you weren't talking about the Rams being Super Bowl anything. The Cowboys exposed them. I'm not a Cowboys fan as well, but if you want to talk about my wife, she's a Braves fan, but she's a Cowboys fan. And I'm not gonna say this family's gonna go that way if my team doesn't fucking go, but that team is a number 5. This is a top 5 defense. I love what I see in Micah Parsons. He's the engine of that defense. Tavon Austin is the engine of that offense. I mean defense. I meant he's a turnover god. I like it. I like it. And then you have a quarterback in Cooper Rush that is not turning the ball over. He's managing the game. That's what I hope he keeps doing well because Dak Prescott will be on the market, and teams like other teams need a quarterback.
They might be that dumb. I don't know if they that dumb though.
Let Dak come to the Niners. It's a fucking wrap. But
if Dak come back, if Dak play again and he don't perform, yeah, he on that line. They gotta figure something out.
But you have to see. This is like who did Tony Romo take over? Was it Bledsoe?
Quincy Carter.
I don't know who he took over, but
was it Quincy Carter? No, yeah, it was Quincy Carter.
No, it was someone else. I want to say it was Bledsoe again.
Okay, maybe Bledsoe.
Or I don't know. I could be wrong too, but I ain't never heard of a Quincy Carter. That's the fucking director of the Friday and Friday After Next and shit. But
man.
but what I'm saying is Cooper Rush is coming in. If he continues to do what he's doing, what is the point of keeping a high salary like that? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I see him leaving if Cooper Rush does this. I'm not a Dallas fan, but I'll tell you like this. I like what I see. Offensively, I won't talk about, but defensively, they're top 5 right now. Michael Parsons driving that shit, and then you have the turnover guy at corner right now. As much as I am not a Cowboys fan or a Rams fan, I chose the Rams, so I'll take that L. Everyone else took the Rams as well. What'd you say?
I don't like neither one of these teams either, but I took the Cowboys. I didn't think it was going to be this much of a difference in the scoreline, though. But Micah Parsons he might catch a defensive player of the year to keep this up. You know what I mean? They all over him, so long as he just stay alive, he probably going to end up winning defensive player of the year this year.
I want him to, for real.
Yeah, he should, but I just think he need to figure out if he's going to be a linebacker or a defensive end.
Shout out Mina Kimes, because Mina Kimes said that they need to keep him at edge rusher.
Yeah, defensive end, he's one of the best players in the game. Linebacker, he's so. You know what I'm saying? So, and then like the Rams, man, I think we seeing what Odell does for our offense, man. Like
Von Miller.
I think Von Miller too. Because everybody say Von Miller, but I guess a 1-for-1 swap. No, it isn't. 2 different type of linebackers. You know what I mean? But I thought I would see a little more out of Bobby Wagner, but Bobby Wagner also he's a middle linebacker, you know what I mean? So it's different. But I think we seeing some different shit, man, out of this Rams team. I like I said, Allen Robinson not playing well is affecting that offense. Them not having a running game is affecting the offense, but the overall factor that I'm thinking is up here is them not having Odell. Because having Odell on one side and Cooper Cup on the other, you can't double team
Spreads the
either one of
floor.
them. It spreads them out. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's why Cooper Cup had the type of year he had last year. But hey man, shout out to the Cowboys. They definitely a good team. They're definitely a factor on the NFC side of the house. I don't know what to say as far as like how they gonna progress in the end of the year. That's what everybody want to see how they finish. But right
That's
now they're looking like a good team though.
That's good, man. I like where they're going. I'm never gonna root for him, but bro, I love Michael Parsons. He's the engine right now, and
Hmm.
if you ask me, he needs to stay edge rusher. He needs to. There's no point in him being drop back. Like he
Hmm.
got what it takes to affect the game at one position, and that's disrupt the quarterback. So these next two games that we're gonna talk about, right? The Sunday night game and the Monday night game, very good games that we watched. We're gonna talk about, and by the way, they're divisional games. For these games, we're gonna talk about the Baltimore Ravens going against the Bengals. Everyone across the board went Baltimore. Um, it was a divisional game. I believe that what the Bengals did last week, I felt like they were gonna get stumped, and I'm a big fan of Lamar Jackson on his contract year. So if you excuse me, I gotta use the bathroom. So go ahead and explain, and I'll be back.
All right. Yeah. Well, I chose the Bengals. Um, but I think now we're seeing that this team with that offensive line and with Joe Burrow back there, it's becoming a little bit of an issue with the offensive line. They got everything they need to be successful in any other position, all the skill position, but that line is something you can't ignore if you're a Bengals fan. We got y'all got real problems right there on that in that situation. That's the only thing that's stopping y'all from being to repeat to be in the Super Bowl and be repeat as AFC champions, I believe. And that's something y'all really got to build up. Lamar Jackson, then I'll wait till he get back, but I feel like they doing what they got to do as far as Lamar on a contract year. But I don't know if they feel bad for not paying him though, because I still think he is sometimes like the game before he lost it for him. This game, Justin Tucker really won it for him, but it's a good team. Uh, they got a lot of good stuff going on. But yeah, the Ravens they got something going on. I was saying to the chat and everything. I was saying, do you think that the Ravens feel bad for not paying him right now? Though I don't think they feel bad. I think they feel like that was a straight move because like I said, the week before he lost the game for him. You know, so this week maybe Justin Tucker or him. I don't know who you really say won the game for him, but I
So
just
if
you got big moments in big games. I don't know. I don't know if he gonna win it for you. I don't know. I like Lamar Jackson. I love what he's doing for the league. Um, Definitely a game changer. Definitely a transition, a generational type of player. But big games, big situation. I don't know. I don't. That's why I think that's the deciding factor as to why they haven't paid him his money, man. I
I'll tell
think
you
that's
like
it.
that's a good question. I'll tell you like this. Um, if you asked me this question last week, they were dumb because he was performing. Well, I don't know about last week, but 2 weeks ago. But what I'm saying is his performance every week is like a stock market. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna either go up, go down, go up, go down. This week I kept it at like but I feel like the owners at the end of this year, my prediction is he's gonna excel and do a lot of great things for the Ravens. Right? He's gonna like. Of course, you're gonna, bro. Having Tucker as your kicker is always gonna help you. Right? That's the
Yeah.
best kicker in the league right now. But for him, he's on a prove it deal. I really feel like he's gonna excel to the point where it's like, bro, I'm gonna make sure that y'all regret not paying me now because what you should have paid me then is gonna skyrocket by the end of the season. And that's my hopes, and that's where my predictions are. Is because he's on that 1 year deal, and that's towards anybody that's on a prove it deal. I know that they're gonna give it their all, and they're gonna try to get their bang for their buck. You know what I'm saying? So this week wasn't a good week for him to prove, but he did enough to win the game. You know what I mean? Like he got there where he was. Of course, he lost the game, bro. 4 minutes, and he throws a fucking pick in the end zone. Like you have 4 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So he has stuff to learn. The owners kind of like backed up, like, so this is the one that y'all want me to pay. So week by week
Yeah.
we're gonna see, but I feel like more weeks than none, he's gonna prove why they fucked up and should have paid him because I feel like he's gonna get more money than what he should have got in the beginning of the season.
Yeah, that I can agree with that side of it too. But in comparison to other sports, I think what we're seeing right now is what it's kind of reminding me of like either James Harden's like Houston years or Damian Lillard's, peaking years
Yeah,
when he was in the playoffs. It's just too the top of the competition that he got to go through to get to the championship game is just so crazy right now, man. But it's not taking away the seasons and the performances that he's having. But it's just like what James Harden had to go through. He had to go through the Clippers, the Warriors with KD and all of that. You know what I
right.
mean? And what Lillard the same thing. He had to go through OKC, fucking the Lakers, Houston, all of them. You know what I mean? So it's not like he's not performing, but it's just like that people he has to perform against and the level that he has to perform. It's just I don't think he got the team to beat them guys. You know what I mean? And that's just what it is for me. And I think how he performs, and he trying to do too much in late game situations, and against them teams, it just immediately lose the game for you. So I think he just kind of it's
Yeah,
hard. I can't tell him to settle. I can't tell him to settle down because he got to do it for a contract year. You know what I mean? But he still got to remember that he got to win these games.
that's facts. That's really facts. So I yeah, I can agree with that too. So we're gonna go to our very last game before we go to our quick pickums. I want to talk about this game because it's really disappointing for a team that, well, I wasn't high on. I don't know about you, but I know Washington was. But the Oakland Raiders, not Las Vegas. The Oakland Raiders are going into the Kansas City Chiefs and they lose by what, 2 points?
One,
The 1 point, like a comeback,
they,
and then you
they were
see
up big though.
Hunter, yeah, 17-0 at the half. And then you have Hunter Renfro knock out Devontae Adams, which I believe if it was a clean route, I think he had him. I really think he had him on that go. But it is what it is. The game was what it is. The Raiders lost because of dumb shit the Raiders do. And the Chiefs, they squeaked by on a divisional game under the lights. Go ahead and talk to me because everyone else, myself and Tim, is it Tim? Yeah, we chose the Chiefs, and Aaron and Washington chose Oakland.
Yeah. Yeah, I chose the Chiefs. I did not expect it to be like I didn't expect them to be down 17 nothing at a half for sure. Nobody thought that. But yeah, that offense, man, they gotta it's like they're right there. And speaking on the Raiders, I think they're right there, but they just I don't know if it's Derek Carr, if it's Adams, or if it's Renfro. I don't know if somebody not in there enough, somebody doing too much. But it's just something that's not clicking at 100% right there, and that's unfortunate to see. Because I want to see Devontae Adams still. We saying he's that guy. You know what I mean? I want to see
Right.
succeed without Aaron Rodgers. We see that. Like we see that. Okay, you that guy now, but now we got to see Derek Carr be that guy, and I think that's the problem right now. And Josh Jacobs, I released him on my team. You picked him up. He performed for you. But yeah, him starting to step back up is changing the offense, their scheme a little bit too. So I think that'll help. He keep having good games. But yeah, the Chiefs, people starting to slowly figure them out though, man. They're slowly starting to get a little grasp on what to do about this star power and this dynamic movement that they got. And it
Agreed.
still ain't enough, but them not having that Tyreek Hill that can just take you up over the top whenever he want it's something they got to change their game plan a little bit. But Andy Reid looking like a mastermind still though. He's still looking like a mastermind. Mahomes is still Mahomes, but yeah, people starting to figure. I think the Bills are gonna. Well, yeah, they starting to figure him out though. They starting to figure him out. We're gonna see something crazy at the end of the year. I think as far as like the Chiefs not being where we think they're gonna be at.
All right, so we're gonna talk about this next game. Well, not next game. This next week. All right, it's the quick pick'ems. All right,
Do it.
while you were doing that, I was choosing my teams to make sure that I had everything going. All right, we're gonna talk about the Thursday night game. I'm probably gonna go to sleep. So, the Washington Commanders are going into Chicago. I got Chicago. Who do you got?
I got the Commanders, man. I got the Commanders. I think they coming off of that loss a little angry, and I think they got a little more weapons on their side to make a difference. So I
I
got
don't.
the Commanders.
I already know where you're going with this. Niners going into Atlanta. I got the Niners in a blowout.
I got Atlanta, and I got Atlanta winning surprisingly comfortably. And I ain't gonna say a blowout, but
I'm just talking
I think
shit.
yeah, no, I think I got Atlanta winning it, and I think it's gonna be Atlanta winning like damn, it ain't gonna be no overtime, no field goal, and they gonna win. But like I said, we're gonna see.
Hell yeah. So hold on, because I'm over here writing this. We're gonna go into Cleveland against the New England Patriots. I got New England. Who you got?
I got Cleveland, man. I think that I don't think the Patriots offensive line got anything to do. They can't do nothing with Miles Garrett and them boys up front,
Mm-mm.
man.
That's a good
I
point.
don't think they ain't got nothing to do with them. So I think, and then that running game, a good running game can carry you to the promised land, man. They got two backs that can get you 100 whenever they want. So um, I like Cleveland in that game.
All right, we're going into Green Bay, Lambeau Field with the New York Jets. I got Green Bay with an angry type of game.
Yeah, I agree. I think Green Bay gonna come back and tell everybody to chill out a little bit. But I think the Jets gonna make it a good game though. But I think Green Bay gonna try to make a statement.
All right, so this game, it's a divisional game. We got Jacksonville going into Indianapolis. I chose the Jags this game because I've been
Yeah,
upset so much.
yeah. I'm taking the Jags too, man. It's something about this Colts team that just not doing nothing for me, man. I don't know. I got the Jags, man.
All right,
Yeah,
Minnesota going to Miami. I got Minnesota.
yeah. I got Minnesota too. They need to figure out. I don't think I guess they're just waiting on Tua. You know what I mean? So until Tua get back in there, I don't believe nothing about the Dolphins right now. So yeah, I got the Vikings.
Cincinnati going into New Orleans. I went with Cincy with that tough
Yeah,
loss.
yeah. I got Cincy as well. I think Cincy gonna win big here too. They come back a little angry, showing
All
everybody why they
right.
made the Super Bowl.
Washington, don't get too mad right now. All right. Baltimore going into the New York Football Giants Stadium. I got Baltimore. I've been choosing against the Giants this whole time.
Yeah, I actually got New York, man. I think I think I think Saquon gonna have a huge game. Man, that's you got as long as you got somebody that can get a first down whenever he want. Your quarterback just gotta throw a couple passes, maybe throw a touchdown or something. That's all he gotta do. I think that's easy. That's easy for the Giants. Not an easy win, but I think it's easy for them to
And
figure out how to win.
this is a tough one for you. This is a divisional team. You think Tampa Bay is going to be Pittsburgh? Are you going to take the fuck the division, or are you going to be logic on this
Nah, I'll be logical on this one.
one?
I think Tampa Bay. They gonna come back figuring it out. They got a lot of drama around them right now, so I think they want to put it all behind them. So I think Tampa Bay win this one.
All right, we're going next. We got Carolina, who just fired their coach, going against the defending champions right now with the Rams. Who you got?
I got the Rams, man. I think this is
Yes.
gonna be this is gonna be a blowout. I think.
Yeah. Okay. Next one, we got another divisional game with two teams that are fighting for last place. We got the Cardinals going into Seattle.
I got Seattle, man.
Ooh, me
Nah,
too.
that's something about Arizona. I'm just not feeling, man.
All right, so these are the games, right? That's coming up next, except the Monday night.
Yeah,
What the fuck were they thinking with this Monday? So these next two games should have been the Sunday night and Monday night. We
yeah,
got the Buffalo Bills going to Arrowhead Stadium, which I've been to. That shit is loud as fuck. Going to the Kansas City Chiefs. For me, I believe that this is a game where Patrick Mahomes reminds them, and then in the playoffs, Josh Allen like reminds him. So it's like I feel like they'll win the regular season, and then Buffalo wins the postseason. So I got the Chiefs winning this.
the Bills, man. I think that Chiefs defense is a liability, and I
It
think against
is.
a good offense, I think that good offense it's gonna be a shootout. But I think the Bills will get a stop before the Chiefs get a stop.
All right, so we're going to Sunday night game. the number 5 defense. I don't know if it's number 5, but top 5 defense going against the number 1 team in the league right now. I think they're high horse. They get smacked off of it for once. I got Dallas winning this game. They go 5-1. Eagles. It's a close game. It's a divisional game. I think it goes to the wire, but I got Dallas winning this game.
Yeah, I'm gonna disagree. I got the Eagles, man. I think
6-0. I like it.
Yeah, I think Hurts gonna be able to get away from Parsons. He ain't gonna try to sit there and sit in that pocket and just take them sacks like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. So we're going to the worst game out of this, and it's still another. That's 3 primetime games for this team, bro.
They're supposed to be good.
Obviously, because the NFL thought so. But the Broncos are going against, and it's at 8 o'clock at night on Monday. Yeah, I'll be asleep. The Broncos at Chargers. I went Chargers because I've already been disappointed once, so I'm not going to keep you on.
I think the Broncos winning this, man.
Ooh,
I think it's
like
gonna be a close game. I think Russell. I think Russell Wilson gonna realize. I think he gonna play under them lights like, nah, man, I can't keep on messing up like this. I think how many times can you screw up? How many times can you screw up by this much and keep screwing up by this much? You're gonna have to figure it out. You know what I mean?
Man, we got a let's ride one time. Shit.
For real, all them takes, man.
Hey, look, I tell you like this. Like, he took a dub against an ugly game with my Niners. He took an L with an ugly-ass game. I mean, I don't know. Listen, this was a fun week. I'm looking forward to see especially that Falcons L. I'm looking forward to this. But, Thorn, bro, I appreciate you showing up. Everyone else that's on our thing, hey, I know y'all couldn't make it, but I appreciate someone making it so we can get this episode out. Thorn, bro, I'll talk to you later. Hopefully, you'll see him. Like, we'll try to schedule with him and Walker for the NBA channel because we need to talk basketball because he got real big takes on his Atlanta Hawks right now.
Yeah, boy, y'all not ready for these basketball takes, man. I'm telling you that right now.
All right, my boy. I'll talk to you later, man.
All right, then. Y'all.